the Atari Gamestation Pro in all of its colorful lighting glory. The system is sleek, but it has some weight to it and is absolutely beautiful. The controllers have that classic Atari feel to them, but have a more advanced and futuristic look. They serve as two controllers in one, as they have the paddle built directly onto them. After 30 days, how is this new vision of the past holding up? Let's start with the menu and gameplay. The menu screen is easy to navigate and find the exact game you are looking for. Whether it's on the Atari 2600, 5200, the 7800, the Atari Arcade, or one of the many bonus games. Most of the bonus games, if not all, are from the Pico collection. All of the Atari collections seem to play pretty smooth and exactly how I remember them. That is, the 2600 collection and the Atari Arcades. I never owned the 5200 or the 7800, but they seem to run great. The GameStation does have an SD slot, so you can add games that aren't in any of the libraries. And honestly, it's missing some key games, like Space Invaders, Pac-Man, Berserk, Cosmic Arc, Pitfall, and Pitfall 2 are just naming a few that are nowhere in the library. Okay, so that's what the system actually looks like and everything out of the box, and it is beautiful. But let's go to the box, and I showed a little bit of gameplay on there, not a whole lot, but this box, it can throw some people off, because right here it says it has 200 games. Now, in their defense, it doesn't say Atari games. This says 200 plus video games. So they're not technically lying. But a lot of people were thrown off by this, thinking it was going to have 200 Atari games. It does not. It has quite a few bonus games on here. I forget how many there, but it is a pretty big collection. But Atari-wise, it has games from the Atari 2600, the 5200, the 7800, and the Atari Arcade. And what comes in this box, you've seen it set up there. It has the actual system, which is beautiful. I love the lights on it. The controls, beautiful. I love the way they light up. You get two controllers with it that come in the box. It also comes with a HDMI cable, which, most people have tons of them laying around anyway. The thing that made me mad is the power source that comes with this, the power cable. It does come with that, but it does not come with a box. Doesn't come with a power box. So I had to search around for like an old iPhone power box to plug it in. I don't know why these companies are doing this. Atari and My Arcade aren't the only ones. Evercade does the same thing. And a few other companies do. But, if you're going to pay $100 for a product like this, I want to be able to open it up and just be able to plug it in and play. And for some reason, they don't come with power boxes. And I don't understand it. So that is a gripe I have with this. But I also have it with the Evercade too for doing stuff like that. So, with all that being said, I do love Atari. But I think I might like it in a different way than a lot of other people that like Atari. I grew up on Atari. That was my first console in the 80s. Early 80s. I think it was 81, 82, something like that. But I like it in a way that I'm going to be honest, I can't sit and play Atari for hours like I did back in the 80s. I can't do it today. I mean, I'm good. Like, I like it enough where I can play it when it comes to Atari, like a half hour. I can do a half hour of Atari at a time. And the reason why is because, technology, it has changed and it's changed for the better. And to be honest, Atari games, they just haven't aged the greatest. I mean, they're the same old Atari games, and they're down here, even though, you know, they did start it all. So they're up here in that aspect, but when you compare old Atari games to today's games, there's no comparison. No matter how much you love Atari, you can't deny that. And I do love Atari. Obviously, I wouldn't go and spend $100 on anything Atari if I didn't like it. You know, I bought that. I bought the Pocket Pro. I've bought like throwbacks, like, or flashbacks or whatever, all that stuff. I am a big Atari fan, but I'm also a realist when it comes to Atari. So, you know, even though, you know, these games are aged and they age poorly and stuff, people need to realize they did start it all, regardless if you like them or not. If it wasn't for Atari, we wouldn't have what we have today. But I'd also be lying if I said that I think or would recommend this to everybody, because this system is not for everybody. If you're a Gen Xer like myself and you grew up in the 80s and you want to relive those days, heck yeah, man, this is for you, for sure. But who knows, maybe you're just like me where you just can't sit and play Atari games for hours on end like you used to be able to. I mean, like I said, it's about a half hour, where any other system I can play for hours, but Atari, I just can't, man. And I do like it, but it's, yeah, they're just old games, man. They're not as exciting as they were when they first came out. So I haven't done so yet. But this does, I think I mentioned, it does have a SD slot in it. And I am going to add the games that I mentioned earlier in the video, because I thought that it was pretty unacceptable on my arcade and Atari's part to not even put like Pac-Man on there, or Pitfall 2, or Berserk, Cosmic Arc, Space Invaders. Come on, man. Those are like the face of the franchise. Some of them games are, especially Pitfall. I mean, shit, there was Pitfall commercials and everything. So, when it comes to the Atari Gamestation, my 30-day review, you know, I might have said some negative things here, but I do love it. I love it. I don't regret it. And if you're my age, if you're a Gen Xer, I definitely recommend it, because it will bring back some memories. And, you know, if you can add games. You can add games. It's easy. I'd rather, I know a lot of people will say, well, you can just add those games on any other emulation device. No, man, I want to play it on an Atari system. It says Atari on it, and I want joysticks. I don't want it on a handheld. I don't want it on the evercade. I want it on something like this, so that's what I'm going to do. So I do recommend it. I do like it. After 30 days, I really do. I don't regret buying it at all. And if you're younger and you're thinking of buying it, cool, man. That's awesome that you're willing to look back on gaming history, because you won't regret it, man. If you really love video games, you won't regret it. It's a lot of fun, man. A lot of fun. So let me know what you guys think. If you've had this for 30 days, or if you just got it, tell me what you think of it. Yeah, it's been exactly 30 days for me today, so I am enjoying it, and I do recommend it. So $100, man, go get yourself an Atari Gamestation. A lot of fun. So I thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps out the channel a lot, and I greatly appreciate it. And until the next video, game on, everybody.